speaking of somebody who really loves 10Qs, my man Mike, Executive Iron Man, how you doing, brother? What do you think about this?
Bro, I was taking a shower right. I was listening to you. Did you say 30 shares?
30 shares. 30 shares. If you have an index fund, you probably accidentally own more than that.
Dude, I mean, I got to check, but I don't know. I think I own 280, 290. It's almost 300 that I have. I mean, just me, myself.
Oh, you're disqualified. You're disqualified from commenting
Dude,
on this
let's do
YouTube.
the math. So he's worried it's going to go half the stock's sinking. So at 87 by 86 bucks, half of that's what 40. So 40 times. So he's worried about a $1,200 loss by someone in his family.
Yes.
Dude, that's my toothpaste and shampoo and gel budget. Dude, that is what I spend on the guy that cleans the pool and the lawn, dude. Like
that's your tortilla budget for a month. I mean, what the hell are we talking about? It's cerveza. It's cerveza.
Tortilla,
right?
salsa, half of the scotch.
Okay, half the scotch. Okay, half the scotch.
So that's why we're disqualifying ourselves, because 30 times a 50% loss is about 42 bucks. We're talking about $1,200. Oh my God. This case could be so dramatic. There could be a 50% value. I better disqualify myself because I'm worried about my cousin, brother, uncle, sister, mama, daddy's uncle's cousin losing $1,200.
Yep.
Oh my God! And by the way, you're reading. I hadn't read the whole thing. I just sent you the link earlier, like everybody else and their mother did. But it basically, we already know how this guy would have ruled. I mean, it's clear to me that
it's clear he believes it's retaliation. I mean, it's very clear from
the
way
he did. 10Q up, and I'm looking at. I've been scanning the 10Q the last 7-8 minutes.
Welcome, Jonas. Appreciate you, brother. I saw you in the chat. Appreciate you joining.
What were you asking? Hey, Jonas, what were you asking about the 10Q? Because I got all of them up right now.
What I was curious about the 10Q is just the context, because, I mean, look, you guys know this, and you can explain this, Mike, but in a 10Q, you have to disclose all risks to, same thing with bonds, right? You have to disclose all potential risks, even if they have a small probability. They're material risks, and you have to disclose them, right? So even if there's a potential for like a 1% blip, right, or any sort of blip, you have to disclose that. So I wanted to get to this reference here from the 10Q, which is a statement that, and I'll pull it up real quick. This is the statement apparently. In Florida.
Go ahead.
This is from May 10th, 2023, 10Q. In Florida, steps directed at the company, including the passage of legislation, have been taken and future actions have been threatened, which collectively could negatively impact and may have already impacted. Once again, no proof there, just may. Our ability to execute our business strategy, our costs, and our profitability of our operations in Florida. I mean, what do you take? I mean, is this kind of a nothing burger corporate-y statement? Because business strategy includes the transing of children, right? I mean, that's part of their business strategy, apparently. I mean, but I'm saying it's not necessarily monetary, right? This doesn't necessarily have to be monetary. In terms of
a lot of times what happens with these 10Qs, a lot of times, Jonas, you can back me up on this or disagree if you disagree on what I'm about to say, but a lot of times with these 10Qs, what happens is that, when they file these with the Securities and Exchange Commission, it's almost like a buffet. They're throwing out anything and everything that could possibly be perceived by an investor that would result in a shareholder lawsuit. Like, for example, someone could say, hey, you didn't disclose us or warn us that you have problems in Florida. I don't follow the news. My stock dropped, so I'm going to sue your ass. Jonas, what say you?
Yeah, they would rather be perceived as over-informing. They would rather put in a bunch to the point where the investor would go, oh, they're listing everything. Obviously, this minor stuff is on here, so maybe this major stuff doesn't look that bad by comparison.
That does not mean, Andrew, and by the way, I'm not a licensed stockbroker dealer.
This is not financial advice.
It's not financial advice. I just read these things because I'm a Disney shareholder and I'm an accountant.
And you're literate and understand what they're talking about.
Who doesn't love to read through a 10Q? I mean,
I'm a nerd. I read financial statements all the time. I'm a professional accountant. I do corporate taxes, so I'm used to reading this.
By the way, I literally sent just a little disclosure, guys, on how good Mike is. I sent him a Reedy Creek financial statement. And within like a couple hours, he looked at it, and I sent him 3 questions. He's like, "This is normal. This is not. This is not." You know, he's so quick. He's so on it, and that's a guy who knows his shit. You know, so I'm just throwing it out there that I appreciate people with expertise, and I love working with people that have separate area of expertise, so we can bounce off of each other like this.
Well, and that's the kind of thing that comes from experience. You can hear the definitions of all these terms, but until you've seen somebody try to trick you with those terms, then you don't know what to look for.
The point that I was going to make is that, Andrew, as you correctly observed, these are not statements of facts. This is hyperbole that's put in a financial statement to just sort of throw things out there on the buffet, like, hey, anything and everything could happen. And so that's the fact that the judge is quoting that, which is there's no statement of fact, there's no numerical data. I mean, that just leads that just further supports your analysis, Andrew, that this guy is beyond pissed off and paranoid and annoyed that he got called out, and he did not think that he would survive scrutiny, because had he denied this motion, what happens next?
It goes up. It would get appealed. It would get challenged. It'd probably be an interlocutory. And you know, when it gets on review, no judge, and I'm telling you this, doesn't matter state, federal.
When it goes to review, aren't there 2 or 3 judges that have to look at it?
It could be a panel. Yeah, it could be a panel.
Right.
So I mean, the point is that like he's gonna get blown out on appeal. And once again, you know, whether it even happened at the end of the case, maybe here's the case, he ends up ruling in Disney's favor, it goes on appeal. This is a huge grounds for appeal, a massive grounds for appeal. And because the standard is so in favor of disqualification, it is comical that he would recuse himself on 30 shares of stock, but not on statements that were made in despite the fact that they're made during oral argument. I get that, which is when you're questioning the other side, but he said it as fact. He didn't say it as assuming that this is the case with Disney. He said, no, DeSantis discriminated against Disney. Is it like that? He just said it matter-of-factly.
So my question is, what is a third-degree family member or family member in the third degree?
What's a third cousin? Like, what is a third cousin? Is that like your grandfather's kid's kid or something like that? Or your I'm not good with that stuff.
I mean, in Mexico, we call that a potential wife.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, look, I'm from the South, you know? It's like you're not first cousin, you're good to go, you know?
Well, I can't stick around long, and I think I've sent this information to you sepaparely, but I have a source that's very amused by all of this, and you know who my source is. But
yes.
The new judge is Alan Windsor, who is a Trump appointee, and a Federalist Society member.
We might have a fair trial.
Yeah,
look at that.
He's a fellow UF alumni, I do believe.
A Gator too. I love when people say, "Oh, this guy looks like he went to a shitty law school." I'm like, try the best one in Florida. And the reason why I picked it is because when I went there for Admitted Students Day, the other students weren't retards. I'll stand by that statement.
And at this point, if Disney tries to disqualify the judge because they don't like him, the theory is it goes to the Pensacola division, which is a judge named Wetherell. And I do believe that makes it worse for Disney.
Yes. It's not gonna get better. Yeah, it's not, guys. It's not, a Trump appointed judge isn't an automatic win. It's just more of a fair trial, right? It's more of a fair trial than this. And I'm down for a fair trial. I am all about a fair trial. I am all about the law being applied fairly. And all I can say is, look, it's going to be more fairly applied than a deranged leftist judge. This judge clearly, I mean, we see how the case would have gone down. It would have gone down just like this, where they're citing Disney and dismissing DeSantis without even considering his argument in detail. They just dismissed it right away. He said without merit like 8 times, unnecessarily. Only needed to happen once. So that's something like, once again,
basically he's like, no, you can't make me leave this case because you think I'm biased, but I will leave it because of $1,200.
Yes.
Because Aunt Bertha found some old stock certificates from back in the 70s.
Yep, exactly. But Jonas, hey, thank you for joining. I know you can't stay too long, but I do always appreciate it when you step in. And you've been a really good person to work with. And I know we're going to have a lot of stuff in the future for people to stay tuned to that I'm really excited about. But, you know, we'll keep it confidential. Attorney-client right now.
I love it. All right, you guys have a great time. I'll be listening, but I'll be working at the same time. So
cool.
Love it.
Take care, Jonas. This video has been a clip of a previous live stream, and it's clipped so you can get the information in a shorter, compact package, the information you need. If you want the full video, the whole context, the whole thing, you can check out the full stream that is in the link below. Check that out, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.